Hey guys, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. In today's video, I wanted to talk some numbers. If you saw my previous video where we went through my estimated income for free-to-play players, that video I'll leave in the description if you want to go deeper into what this is. But in this video, I'm using some of that data that I've collected to work out exactly how long it's going to take us to get to this 300 pity that we have on this banner here. Now, we can look at it a couple different ways. No matter which way you look at it, it's going to be a long time, but I was shocked at how long it's actually going to be, so don't hold your breath on this one. You got a bit of time to develop your account before you're going to get to this 300 pity, but hey, at least we still get the 300 pity at some stage. It's an extra character that you get to select at some stage along your journey. Now, there are ways you can speed it up, but let's go through the basics. So, when I did these calculations about how much income I thought we would get, I didn't include things like quest rewards and achievements. Now, I don't think there was any straight summons from those. So when we look at getting this banner, you're only going to want to use your standard Star Rail passes to summon on this. You will not want to use your gems. That is my view anyway. If you do want to do that, we can calculate that as well. But in general, I view it as doing only the standard banner pulls and saving all your gems for the exclusive banner pools for new heroes when they come and stuff like that. So that is what I am basing this on. And when we look at my calculations, honestly, we get the bunch of one-time rewards, which are 79 total summons here. And then we get there. I might even zoom this in a little bit more. I think, this should be right. Let's go one more. Let's go 150. There we go. Yeah, so we get 79 from the base summons. Then we look at our recurring ways to actually get these things, these normal tickets, and you get 1 per week in Simulated Universe, and then you get 5 every 45 days through the Nameless Honor. Now, besides the one-time ways to get them, I haven't seen yet another way of recurring to keep getting these passes, because like I said, a lot of the rewards we get are based on getting the Stellar Jades and not actual base summons. Now, the monthly summon shop, you can get 5 out of this, but when we're talking about free-to-play players, my recommendation to free-to-play players is that you only get the special passes from the shop. Now, I may cover this in a video when it's launched and more people know what the shop is and how it works, but if we go over here, I've done like a big sort of calculations on the workings, trying to work out whether it was viable to actually buy the normal passes from the shop. And essentially what I've discovered is I would definitely not recommend buying the normal passes from the shop. So in that, when we look at free-to-play players, where you're normally going to be prioritizing the exclusive banners, so you're not going to be spending your Stellar Jades on the exclusive banner, and you're not going to be buying the normal passes from the monthly shop, because that will cost you in the long run more of your special passes. So that's pretty much all we're going to get for income. So it's gonna take a little bit, as you can tell probably by looking at it. Now, when we go down here, I looked at total free-to-play recurring income, and as you can see here, we got normal passes. We're gonna end up getting 93 per year. I've done that into weekly, I've done it into daily, averaged it all out. Now, like I said, we do get a decent income of Stellar Jades per year, and once again, this is conservative, so I definitely expect this Stellar Jade income to become closer to 70 to 80,000 Stellar Jades, because there is some things I haven't included in here, and we're going to have extra game modes and stuff like that. So I would expect to get over 400 summons with Jades per year for free to play, which is actually quite decent. And I'm not too bad with. So, but when we look at the raw income, it ain't too great when we think that pretty much the only place we're getting them from is Simulated Universe, and then also the 5 from this every 45 days. That's pretty much all we got to go on. So when I come down here and I tried to calculate how long it would take, this is based off my 93 that I calculated. So based off of 93, we're looking at the one-time rewards that I calculated at 79, minus the 40, because you're going to put 40 summons into that beginner banner, which does not contribute to that pity. That's going to give us 39 summons into the standard banner with those initial one-time reward summons that we get. Then we go on to the recurring methods, which is just like all the things I've added up, which is 93 summons per year. So in the first year, you can do 93 summons, which is going to bring you to a total of 132. After 2 years, it's going to bring bring you, with another 93 summons in that year, going to bring you to a total of 224. And then after another 42 weeks, or roughly 10 months, is a bit under 10 months, you're going to get the last 76 summons that you need to reach your 300. So essentially the total time it's going to take based on that calculation is 2 years and 10 months to get to that 300 pity to pick up your Bronya. So that is what we're looking at with that one. Now, I decided, you know, because I'm conservative, I think they're going to have extra game modes. They might do giveaways, stuff like that. I decided to go, like, let's look at 120 per year, you know, increase that income a little bit. Apologies. I tried to make this look pretty by merging a bunch of the cells, and I messed up my calculator because the cell was gone. Anyway, let's go back to this. So same with the 39. Then if we're doing 120 summons per year, an extra 120 brings us to 159 in 1 year, an extra 120. So after 2 years, we're at 279. And then to get the last 21 summons that we need, we're looking at about 11.6 weeks or 2.7 months roughly to get the 300 summons. So we're looking at roughly 2 years and 3 months. Now, if you want to look at how long it would take us to get there in 2 years, I think it's around about 130. So if I change this to 130, just ignore the bottom line there because that was just manually entered. But if we hit that, you can see that in 2 years, we're at 299 summons. Now, let's say we crank it right up and we get to like 150 summons a year. Then you're looking at probably 1 year and about 10 months, 8 months, something like that. So, you know, you do have to really expand this out a lot. And like I said, the fact that it's not really optimal to do the shop for most players means that it's going to take you a really long time essentially. But once again, I did this conservative, so I do think we will get there quicker than 2 years and 10 months. I feel like that 2 years and 3 months is practical. If somehow we get an increased income or we get another method, like I said, the main resources we get in the game are those jades. Now, if you want to work out how long it would take you if you're using your stellar jades on the normal banner, okay, let's work this out. So we're going to go with, we're going to need to do 261 summons. Now, if we're using all jades from the start, we're not saving for any of those banners. We've got 53 summons here from those. I think we'll end up being more. Let's say we'll call it like 65. So we can take 65. Let's just call it 61. Take 61. So we only need to get 200. So if we only need to get 200 from recurring sources, let's see how long that would take. So we'd go with this one equals 200, and I'm just doing it in the middle here for no reason, divided by, let's do the 7.2 to get the weekly, equals, so we're looking at about 27 weeks. So if we do 27.77777777, that's enough, times 7, which gives us days, you're at about 194.4 days, divided by 30, that's roughly a month, equals 6.5 months. So get there in 6.5 months burning the gems if I worked that out right. I didn't really put too much effort into that because I don't think anyone's going to do that. But moral of the story is, don't hold your breath for this. I still think it's a good thing that they give us this and we get it. It's just that I prefer the way it is. I'd rather get a bunch more Stellar Jades as the rewards as opposed to getting normal passes for the rewards, because it means we can get more exclusive banners. Like, yes, the 300 pity means it takes longer, but in the long run, I definitely prefer getting the Stellar Jades over the passes. Plus, if you really want to get it, you spend your Stellar Jades, but I would not recommend it. But that's what we're looking at, guys. 2 years, 10 months, 2 years, 3 months. Maybe we'll chop it down to like, you're not getting it in under a year and a half unless you're spending Jades, is the way I see it. But let me know what you guys think. That is going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.